I'm going to share a story with y'all I heard when I was in college. And this story has really gotten me through a lot of times in life. And it's the story of the chicken and the eagle. And so there was this bird that grew up in a chicken coop. And it grew up in a chicken coop, it used to get made fun of. It used to, all the other chickens used to say, look at those big feet. They're not like ours. Look at that big beak that you got. That big beak is nothing like ours. We got these little bitty beak and these little feet, and your feet don't look like ours. Your beak doesn't look like ours. One day the chicken got really, 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 really tired and really just depressed, and was like, they're not like me. They keep making fun of me. They keep talking about my beak. They keep talking about my feet. What am I gonna do? And it's sitting there and it's just bawling, crying under a tree. And it looks up, and when it looks up, it sees this giant shadow that just soared above where it was. And the shadow was soaring so gracefully, the bird ran to the top of the hill where that shadow landed. And he looked at the other bird and he said, you know what? He said, when I get older, I want to be just like you. And the bird looked back at him and said, that's funny. He said, because you're just like me. He said, that beak that you have is larger than chickens, because with the chickens, they can only eat chicken feed. They can only eat scraps. Said, but you are a predator. You're not a prey. So as a predator, you're supposed to devour larger food, larger meals. And he said, and those feet that you have, they're different from chicken feet, because what you have are called talons, and that's what you use to grasp your prey. He said you were meant to rule. He said, and there's one thing that you have that chickens don't have. He said, you have wings that were made to soar. He said, those chickens can only go so high. They will only elevate to a certain level. But you are an eagle. You were meant to rule the sky. You were meant to own. You weren't meant to be a borrower. You were meant to be a lender. You weren't meant to be a servant. You were meant to be master. He said, everything that you see belongs to you. Everything that you see belongs to you. And I tell y'all the same thing. You're going to run into that opposition. You're going to run into those people that don't understand your vision. You're going to run into those people that make light of the things that you do. Keep going. Keep pressing forward. And remember, chickens can't soar. Chickens cannot soar. The only time that a chicken can get into your mental space is when you stoop to their level. As an eagle, eagles are meant to soar. They're meant to own the sky. They can see further, they can move faster, and they can conquer. Walk in that regality. Walk in that regality and know that you were meant to own everything that you see. That vision that's in your heart was put in your heart because you're the only one that can give birth to it. The things that you want out of life, you can have it as long as you're willing to work for it. And don't let anybody belittle you or take away from your dreams. Keep going. Keep pressing forward. There's always going to be opposition. There's always going to be haters. Put your blinders on and stay focused, because I promise you, the level that you are going to is so much sweeter than the level that you at. But you got to keep working and you got to keep pushing forward.